Yeah, I'm ready. We ready.
Ready to make this happen?
We're ready.
The holidays were upon us, but now
we live.
We are. You know, I mean, we got some upcoming stuff happening. But we are here right now with the Dear Love and Lust podcast, all right? We are on episode 7. 7 is a good number.
7 is a good number.
It's a great number, not a good number. It's a great number, okay? So there's a lot of newness in this number 7.
Oh, yeah. We finally get to some real interesting questions.
All of them have been interesting thus far. I mean, don't downplay them. You know, they were good. But this is like some intimate questions. Yes. So, you know, we just like you to know, all right, the Dear Love and Lust podcast, you know, is centered pretty much as like a Dear Abby type of vibe. But, you know, it's coming from the perspective of two people pretty much that have ultimately been through some shit, okay? So we receive your wonderful questions and everything like that via email, the Dear Love and Lust, you know, that type of thing. And then we try to give you guys some information basically that will hopefully help you in regards to your anonymous questions that you sent in, right? How do you think we've been doing so far?
From the feedback I've gotten, yes, we've been doing pretty damn good.
All right, that's what I'm feeling. I know.
For us to not be no experts, you know, we've been doing some pretty.
Do that disclaimer again.
We are not experts. Mm-hmm. We just some grown folks that's been through some
Come on now. All right. So Maine be comfortable with me cursing, but I see that he ain't gonna let it out. I want to hear him really just drop a bomb one day so I can be like, you do have some feeling in there, don't you?
Oh, I do. I do.
You're just so well-mannered. I appreciate you.
Well-mannered? I'm in the presence of a woman. No.
You know what? I'm going to receive that, and I don't like the laughter afterwards, but I'm going to receive that and take it in like, you know, that was a good look. You started out fine until you started laughing. I was like, you know.
I'm laughing at myself. I'm not laughing.
I was giving you some props for that. You know, anyway. Good stuff. Well, even though I've been calling you Maine and everything like that, please tell our wonderful listeners that may not know who you are and what you do and what you're all about. Who might you be, sir?
I am Jumaine, Maine Event Brown, and I'm born and raised in Albany. I'm an event promoter, photographer, DJ now. Got a website, online business. MaineEventLive.com, and producer and founder of this podcast that I do with the lovely Bklyn Shay. Dear Love and Lust.
Yes, okay. And it's phenomenal, by the way, I might add, okay? You're really good with most of the things that you execute. I don't know about the other stuff, but are the ones that I know. You're really great at it, okay? But I'm trying to tell you. So I'll be like, yo, maybe doing this thing. You know, you started out with the DJing thing. I was like, he doing DJing now? Like, what's going on? But you are really, really good at it. Really, really good. Okay? So y'all should be booking this man for sure. For photography, too. I might just have to, you know, book you for my photo shoot for my birthday.
Mm-hmm. You see the photos I did at Corner?
Listen, everything. Everything. Okay?
She scared me.
Listen. It was everything.
I was like, Uji, he owned machetes and
listen,
he's licensed.
But Quana is thebomb.com. Shout out to that girl, my sister. Quana.
Putting these young chicks to shame.
Completely. And just doing it with grace. And her son, too. Both of them together.
Matthias, what
Listen,
up? I grind 365. What's up?
Y'all go to the gym and support. It's kind of far out there for me. But definitely, when I get my grind on, I'll pay attention to them videos. I'll be like, okay, I think I could do that. We get it. But anyway, I digress. So I'm Bklyn Shay, founder of Her Temple Monologues, member of also United Sisters of New York. I want to make sure to give them props because I know we've been doing this. This is number 7, so this is very important.
Okay.
So I need to do it on number 7 to let y'all know United Sisters of New York. I am the co-vice president of that particular organization, and it's a women's wonderful empowerment group as well. However, we raise funds and awareness for those, you know, people that want to go back to school and everything like that. It is led by the founder, Tinica really is her name, but you know, I don't say it that way. Miss Wilcox. She's a teacher in the Troy
Sound
School
like
District.
One of them Karens.
All
I
right?
don't say it that way.
I don't say it that way, right? So, but she's a teacher in the Troy School District, and she's a phenomenal teacher. She will be retiring soon. Shout out to her. Much love, much love. And she's been grinding and doing this for many, many years, and I was just so happy to be affiliated and a part of it. And we do some great stuff. So we give that money for people who want to go back to school, and stuff.
That's
like
what's
that.
up.
So we raise funds about that. And everything else that I do, partially some of the stuff that Maine do. He talk about I got 1 million jobs. He got like 100 jobs too. You sure you are not part?
See that, but here's the thing, they're. I don't have a boss, so I can do it when I want to. You have expectations and requirements on a regular basis that you give people. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but you need some me time.
Thank you. I appreciate that. At least somebody gets it. All right. So one day soon enough, I will take that advice and I will have me some me time because I do deserve that.
One day.
Well, hopefully one day soon. We're going into a new year. Aren't we? We're going into a new year, so some things might change for Bklyn Shay over here, okay? My passion is poetry, so for those our wonderful listeners and understanding what's going on, how come this girl always talk with her hands? I talk with my hands because that's just what I do. I just talk with my hands. I love it. Spoken word is just everything to me. It's life. Shout out to Mojave and Bless who got me started in the game of spoken word, upstate New York, Albany, New York, 518. What up? Okay. Great stuff. So we getting into this? Are we diving in?
Yeah, we diving in.
You got the first question?
Yeah.
Pass it over to you?
I can do the first question.
Okay.
No, I got it.
You got it?
I'm
okay.
gonna pull it up.
You gonna pull it up? Do your team.
All right, we're gonna get to the meat and potatoes. Episode 7. Let's talk about sex. So, let me just do this for a second.
I didn't want to say it.
You ain't want to say what?
I just love for that episode 7.
Let's talk about sex.
I was like, yep, we'll go there as soon as he get it.
We got some genuine sex questions here.
This is some real stuff.
All right. Mr. Hall Pass writes, I've been married to my wife for almost 15 years. The past year or two, she has said she is no longer interested in sex. Her sex drive seems to have completely disappeared. She has told me that if I want to have sex with other women, I can. She won't hold it against me. Just make sure I come home and I don't bring any drama with me. Now, most men would jump on this. I'm not excited by it. I want my wife. He put it in big caps. I'm not interested in anyone else, and I'm not looking. How can I reignite the spark back in her? Mr. Hall Pass. Whew. That's a... Oh, how you ducking in your phone?
I just want to make sure that I'm getting this right. 15 years, he said. 15 years.
15 years
is a long time, but not really that long. Okay, so
my first question would be,
how old is she?
Yep.
There you go.
How old is the couple?
And that's very important. Why, Maine? Come on now, because we're on the same page right now. So I think we giving it.
Well, now I'm not a woman, but from what I've learned about women, there comes a point in age where your drive decreases.
Correct.
Now I don't believe they're in their 30s because 15 years, that means they would have had to been married when they were 15 or something. Correct. Like 19 or something like that. They say dirty 30s, naughty 40s. I don't know what they say about the 50s, so I'm assuming it's probably around that range.
Around that range of 50? I done dated a 50-year-old, and he was definitely still very active, too active for his.
Well, that's a man.
Self.
We talk about women.
We are talking about women, and I'm sorry.
I mean, Lisa Ray.
You see Lisa Ray?
She just started her OnlyFans page, so okay. I know her drive is still kicking, and exactly. She's trying to holler at Meek.
Listen.
Or Meek was hollering at her, and she accepted.
You better stop. I'm done. He keeps me so informed. I love all of it. I love it. But let me just tell you something. Getting back to what you just said. Okay, so you talk about the drive, talk about women and how, we know.
Again, we are not experts.
We're not. Okay. definitely decreases and so forth, and you just move on with life and go on and just kind of just be good. But I like to get to the meat of this stuff that she gave him a pass. So it's one thing to be like, you know what, my wife, she just, her sex drive has decreased or whatever like that. But to offer up your husband, she's comfortable at this particular point.
I mean, 15 years and they grown. They probably got at least 1 or 2 kids, maybe. Bills are paid.
Would you offer up your wife?
Oh, hell no.
Okay, wonderful. So,
but here's it's a double standard that exists between men and women when it comes to sex and sexual drive. Most women traditionally are raised to hinder their sexuality, to hide their sexuality, to bottle it up and hold on to it and only give it away to your husband.
This is why I like Cardi B. I really like her and Meg Thee Stallion. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. Because they bring out my inner person. And I love it. Okay? So I'm just trying to say it's everything to me when women embrace their sexuality and just be who they're going to be. It's like, don't hold back.
I agree.
It's beautiful.
And, a lot of people have all these expectations for people based on traditional values, some of them religious. When it comes to sex and sexuality. However, on the flip side,
go ahead.
The fact that she said, I think what's deep about it to me,
come on now,
is because she is not able to meet her man in the form of pleasure that he wants. She has maturely said, you should.
I'm waiting for it.
She maturely said, go take care of those needs because I'm not the one to do it right now. And she gave him the ground rules. Don't bring no drama home and come home.
And he said no.
Because he don't want nobody else. He's turned on
anybody else.
And I can do. If I get married, I didn't get married to go play with other people after marriage.
Right. It's just like, no. At this particular point, when you get this grown.
Unlike some people who might invite some other people into their room when they get married.
First off, what did I tell you that is probably going to be a blow-up dog? That's what I said. So, let's be clear.
Who said I was? See, guilty conscious? I wasn't even talking about it.
I get on the defense when Maine start throwing out my dirt. So, I'm trying to tell y'all that I said yes, but it's going to be a blow-up dog. We're going to have fun. It's going to be good. Anyway, so answering his question, what should he do in order to be able to get her back in full motion and stuff like that? All right, well, let's spin off of what Maine said earlier about how, I deserve some me time, right? You need to take her, get her, do something extremely non-traditional, and romance the hell out of her to the point where I don't know what y'all situation is, but, women at times, we like for the man to take the lead and maybe a little bondage or something. Maybe you tie her up and just take what you want in a good way. In a good way, okay? Meaning that she's in tune, she knows what's happening. You're not doing, the okie doke, okay? But to be able to embrace her with intimacy, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have,
but
bang,
I think you're still speaking from a place of a woman that still has a sex drive.
Listen to me.
If
he
listening.
Goes and he romances her and he do some of these type of things, maybe he hasn't done that in the last 15 years. And maybe she's just so used to him coming in there and just wanting to just have sex. Because I'm telling you, when my ex-husband used to do that, coming from work, and he used to, I'm dead tired from taking care of them kids all day, cleaning the house, washing clothes and all that stuff. And he used to come in and thinking that it's time for action. And I used to be like, no. If you don't, Don't just tap me and just think I'm supposed to roll over and start just performing. I was like, absolutely not. Like,
now that's fair.
Yeah,
but like, I don't think that's the case. I think, this might actually be something where she might need to go see a professional or a doctor or something like that, depending on her actual age.
Depending on the age, for sure. But
if
somebody gives you a pass, that's not okay. I'm like, no, honey, no. Absolutely not. And I'm glad he's the type of man that he is, that he's saying, I only want my wife. Where are you? Because do you have a brother? Because I would like to know, where are these people at that talking about? Okay.
I think the tough and the challenging hard part is the fact that she is not there. I don't even know if romance, like, I'm sure she appreciates any gestures that's given, but I think the actual sex act is what she's just not with right now. She may have some past trauma that might have resurfaced, and now she's disgusted by it. Maybe that bondage suggestion could have triggered it.
Just say this, but okay? Some people,
we don't know, and that's why I think she might need to go see an actual professional, or her doctor, or sex therapist, or whatever the title may be.
Disclaimer, again, we are not experts. So I would strongly suggest, this is what I'm saying, my suggestion is that you get your woman back and you do what you need to do. Think about the stuff that you haven't done in a while, okay? And if you haven't done it in a while, entertain the process of revisiting that, and think about all the times that you did get it willingly, okay? And just without
Does she have a diary?
Wouldn't that be deep?
If she has a diary, and you know where it is, you will find the access and information that you may need to find. However, because it is her diary, you're not supposed to find it.
You read your ex-wife's diary before?
No.
You ain't going to disclose it.
No,
you don't touch nobody's stuff.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it ever. If you did see it, would you read it?
Probably.
Really? Why? That's like untouchable stuff.
My thing, if I am able to find it, then it was probably meant for me to see.
Oh, that's a good point. That's true. If somebody just leave it out in plain sight. But if you just so happen to be cleaning under the bed and you just find it, would you read it?
Maybe.
Is that a strong maybe or a soft one?
That's a strong maybe.
Okay. Understood. Sometimes the answers lies within.
Very true.
All right. So, what's your suggestion for the main? Come on.
I just think, she might actually need to see more of a professional. But besides the diary thing, and I'm kind of kidding on that, but serious at the same time, you have to, and I want to say ask her, but it's going to be tough because I don't even think she knows what's going on.
You think she's going to pass?
I think the fact that she gives him a pass. It's 15.
Do she think she want to pass?
No, I don't think she does. I think I just think that she's just not, the spark is just not there. There's something that has triggered her to either that waterfall has dried up.
Potentially it could be, but I'm just saying, man, listen to me.
I mean, there are cases, you have the extreme cases where there are people that literally orgasm every minute of the day. Then you have those other polar opposites.
They could care less.
They're drier than Sahara.
You gotta use that term.
They get turned off by touch. They like space. They get anxious and anxiety.
It's potentially that's possible. All right. Well, Mr. Hall Pass. I could just tell you, I feel like I gotta sneeze, and it's not.
Go ahead and sneeze.
I'm trying it, but it's just hold on.
I'll edit it out later.
Will you come? Will you come? Won't come. Okay.
Yeah, he ain't coming either. Neither is she.
Neither is my sneeze. It's not coming at all. Okay. Well, Mr. Hall Pass, we hope for you that you end up receiving your wife again in the way that you wish to receive her on a serious note. My gosh, is it coming? Please come, sneeze. Come down. Like the rain forest that this man want to feel an explosion like the Niagara Falls. And it ain't happening yet. Okay. We wish you the best, though. We really do. Thank you so much for sending in that question. Wow.
Yeah, I just think take your time. Yeah. You said you love your wife, so you're not looking for any other, and you're not taking the hall pass.
Right. And please don't, because that's just opening up a whole nother process.
You know. As long as there's still a level of intimacy that is not necessarily physical, but it's there.
Yeah.
You know, make your marriage work, bro.
Right. Totally agree. All right. We here for that. All right. So let's see what we got.
Next question.
Next question comes from Mrs. Wild for the night. So long story short, I may have gotten freaky with my old college roommate, but I'm not sure because I was drunk and I don't really remember.
Oh, one of those.
All 5 of my college homegirls went out Thanksgiving Eve for a girls' night. I remember going to a restaurant, then we went to someone's apartment and played more drinking games. After that, I only remember waking up in bed next to my college roommate naked. My college roommate has always been bisexual. I'm not. Okay. I snuck out before everyone else woke up. I'm afraid to ask what happened. I blocked them all on social media. Am I tripping?
Well.
I love it when we do that. We be in sync.
Wow.
Listen. There you go. I'm just going to go shoo before we even end. Wow. Okay. Let me take my sip on that one.
Yeah, that is a very interesting situation. And
that's a dangerous situation.
They say alcohol is the truth serum. So as much as she's saying that she may not be bisexual,
your homegirl,
you appear to be in the position. But however, I'm gonna be nice and I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
And I'm going to say she's tripping.
I'm gonna say she's tripping for blocking people because I'm like, well, what's that?
She's tripping for blocking people, and she's also tripping for assuming. And the reason I say that is because I know a lot of bisexual, queer, and gay folks. You know, the LGBTQ folks, and a lot of them have communicated that they hate.
Correct.
When straight people assume that they are a target of them.
Correct. I would agree. I've
so to assume that something went down with somebody that knows you're straight,
right,
that isn't completely straight,
right,
I think you're tripping. You might need to ask the question and find out. And the only other thing is, when I went to college, all my homegirls and their roommates, they walked around their room naked.
Completely.
Like nothing happened. I used to feel like, damn, y'all must think I'm one of the girls. Because if they weren't naked, they were walking around in bras and underwear and robes.
And that meant that they trust you, because only people who trust you will do that. You know what I'm saying? On that level. They don't care.
I'd be like, yeah, all right, I'll be back. They was like, nah, you stay, you good. I'm like, yo, y'all treating me like I'm the gay homeboy or something. Like,
right. Yeah.
I see titties, I see ass. I'm a dude.
Well, all I can say
and I will bust it down if you let me. Oh, shut up, man. You're so funny. We'll be ready in a minute.
They could care less. But I'm saying, that's the type of rapport you built with them. So trust me, people, we do it all the time. Like, nobody in HTM likes to spend a night in a room with me, because I'm like, listen, I am like easy breezy, clear.
I'm coming over.
Listen, I tell them, they be like, no, I'm not sleeping in nowhere near Shay. She is too free. You're right. I do not like to sleep with clothes on. I cannot do it. And I'm like, I don't care where we at. I'll fall asleep. Be like, Okay, we're done. All right. So it could.
I always got socks on.
But it could have just been the situation where because she was so drunk, because she's saying like, she had a lot to drink. Maybe you threw up on yourself because you blacked out. You don't know what happened, and you could have just, they took your clothes off and stuff. And because your friend was really looking out for you, was like, yo, okay, cool. You just gonna lay here.
Was the friend naked?
Right.
She didn't say that part.
You didn't say that. Either way. And then you should have checked yourself after you got your ass up. Okay? You know how to check yourself. It did smell different. Okay? Like, hello?
How would that smell different?
It would. It's different. It's different. Okay?
With a woman. How would it smell different?
Still different. Was she extra moist? Come on now. Was she wet? Like, was there somebody else's dry saliva all over you? You just don't know. And who knows what type of sexual activity? I'd have been looking around like, is there anything, a strap on some shit?
Smell a figure?
Anything. Smell a breath? Did it smell like you? Like, why would you? Don't unblock them. First off, okay? And again, disclaimer: we are not experts, but
have a conversation with your friends.
Please unblock them. You are tripping. Yes,
you are definitely tripping.
You are tripping. Okay, you went too far. Like totally blocking them without even having a conversation. You gotta, man up, woman up, own your shit, and revisit that conversation, that uncomfortable conversation that you want to have. But now, since you done blocked them and stuff, they may be like, word. That's how we giving it up. But depending on how much of a, friendship y'all had, maybe they understand, your reasoning behind it. But make that conversation, be an adult, and step up. And
be okay with getting told off because, like I mentioned earlier,
you deserve to be told off. I'm just saying.
Like I mentioned earlier, to assume that because someone is bisexual, LBGTQ, whatever letter of the alphabet that they use, is wanting you because you're straight. That's kind of an ignorant thought process.
Maybe, but you might be the bomb.com because I tell you what I said is since Santana come around here. Listen to me. That would be the one night that Bklyn Shay crosses over, okay?
And she's actually documented as being bisexual on TV and everything.
And I'm telling you right now, I will cross over. And if that makes me bisexual, oh well. Then damn it, I'm bisexual. So
a little bit. Well,
whatever. I'm owning it. I ain't running away from it. It is what it is. She's the only woman. I like the exotic women that look like that. So, wonderful. She's good. So go for that.
Sin, you hear that?
Please hear it, okay? Just one night.
Bklyn Shay says you can get it.
So
Miss Wild for the night, you need to holler at your friends and find out what happened. I'm sure they got footage of everything.
Completely.
Or at least they will tell you what happened. And you tripping.
Completely. All right.
Number 3.
You up.
Miss Plain Jane. My man is annoyed with me because I only like to have sex in the missionary position. And I like when he's on top and my legs are on his shoulders. It's the only position I can feel good and have an orgasm with. He wants me to get a top, turn around for doggy, sideways, and all these other positions. I don't like none of them. I like him a lot, but how do I make sure he doesn't get bored with me? What do I say to let him know I don't like those other positions without hurting his ego? Miss Plain Jane. You go first.
Well, I like this question. So, what can you say? Watch a movie. And, let him know. Those positions, something he's doing. If you like it,
wait, what type of movie should they be watching?
They should be watching some pornos.
Okay.
Get to it. Get to it. Let's be clear. I'm sorry. Yes, let's be clear. Get some pornos and introduce that process in a way where he understands. So you say, see like that right there? When you do that, I feel nothing. Okay? And just be blunt. I'm a direct person. I do not like to tussyfoot around things. So it's like, You are not going to hurt the person's feeling if you have a real relationship with them, and you want to please him, he want to please you, and y'all want to grow together. Because when you first have intercourse with people or sex, let's be real, you know, nobody knows what the other person really likes and stuff like that. You grow to know it. But she's convinced that if she tells him that, she's going to hurt his feelings. I just think
it's probably a new relationship.
Completely. So it's like, you just be transparent, because if it's new, you have more wiggle room for growth. So you could say, you know what? Hey, this position, I feel, but you sound a little selfish though, because you're really talking about yourself. You know? Yeah. Thank you.
I didn't want to be the bad guy, because I was about to say,
right. It's
sweetheart, you a little selfish.
Really making it about her.
It's all about you. Now I understand, you know, especially when it comes to women and that.
Right.
You know, traditionally, some of them have been very shortchanged most of their life. Mm-hmm. So if they find something that works, they're going to stick to it. However,
right.
What if he doesn't like that position and that does nothing for him?
Correct.
There's got to be some give and take.
Work with them. You know, I agree. Totally agree. So
that's like a woman that says, I need head, but doesn't give it.
Facts. Okay. Anyway,
you got to be a little versatile, sweetheart. You gotta give and take.
Give and take.
You know what I mean? Unless it's something like, you know, the position is actually hurting you and you have some other issues going on.
Yeah. Communicate. Definitely woman up and have that conversation.
She'd probably fall right asleep too, right after it too. Like somebody else I know. No, I can't do head, because if I do head, if
somebody gives me head, that's what I said, Maine. Get it right, okay? I said.
What happens when somebody gives you head?
I'm going night, okay? And and you ain't getting nothing, okay? So
nada.
It's like nada. I'm going to sleep, all right? But
let me stop bringing up Shay's mess.
It's all right.
Her old mess.
My old mess. Thank you for clearing that up, man. My old mess. But I would say definitely we are on the same page with this one.
Yeah, she's a little selfish. Yeah, like you gotta open up. Read some Zane or something like
something.
You know.
But yeah, introduce it on both sides. You know.
Go watch some old Dr. Ruth videos on YouTube.
True. But the pornographic stuff normally works out just fine. So that should work. All right. Get y'all kind of woohoo in the mood together and just be open to trying new things. You know, it is just like Maine said, it's give and take. You know, some things that, you know, women, we just don't like, but you have to entertain it, especially if you plan on being with that person for longevity. So if you really fucks with them like that, then you make sure that you keep that Maine.
She probably grew up in church.
I think we all have. Okay, and if you grew up some way, shape, or form, because coming from Brooklyn,
she afraid to experiment.
She be alright.
She don't want to go to hell.
She be alright. She be alright. All right, we good with that question, man?
I guess.
All right, we good. Moving on. Thank you for that. Thank y'all for that. All right, so Mr. Honest, are we ready for it? Here we go with this joke. Women always want to know the truth. But when you tell them the truth, they get offended.
Well. Yeah, we in church right now.
Okay.
Preach,
a woman
sister.
I desire wanted to know okay, hold on. This is not, I gotta say it right because they framed it a certain kind of way. A woman I desire wanted to know what my intentions were with her. It's another my in there. Sorry, threw me off. Okay. What was my intentions with her? I told her I honestly just want to have sex with her and see where it goes. She called me all kinds of trifling and whatnot. But I'm like, how? When I told you the truth.
Well.
Was I wrong? This is what Mr. Honest wants to know. Mr. Honest, I feel you on that one. Because you know what I'm saying? This is what we talk about all the time. Communication. This is it. Go ahead, man. Yo, you go first. What's your thoughts?
See, women like let me back up. Rewind that.
Right.
Some women.
I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay.
Some women like to have something to complain about.
Okay.
Before they have something to be excited and happy about. You want a man that's honest and tells you the truth, lets you know what they about.
Right.
Before they, give you the okie doke.
Right.
But yet you're still going to get mad at the dude when he tells you exactly what he means and what he's trying to do.
Yeah, no.
See, what I believe the frustration is, she's on the same wavelength. She just didn't want it to be that way with him because she actually probably really likes this person. And she wants to give him all of that and then some, cookies and milk.
Right.
But soon as he opened up his mouth and said, well, I just kind of want to have sex and see where that goes, that milk went sour and them cookies got dry and hard.
I don't think you were wrong. Okay, let's just say that. Ms. Donna, I just don't think that you were wrong. I think that you gave her truth. And
he wasn't wrong at all.
I'm a person that's all about the truth, all right? I'd rather you give it to me raw than telling me some other stuff.
Raw?
Yes, we're speaking about sex, aren't we? So we all know
baby,
it's more
raw.
pleasurable on that level. However, everybody should be safe, okay? We are not experts again. Right? Here we go, disclaimer. But, there was nothing wrong with you saying that to her. And being honest, she asked, so if you...
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with you being honest, bro.
I just don't like your generalization. Talking about women. No, all of us are not like that. Thank you, God.
All the women that he's dealt with have probably been like that.
I do believe so.
And he's probably lied to a few and got his way. And then, they got mad after the fact. And now he's trying to be straight and legit and up front. And he still get mad. So you don't win either way.
Right.
At this point, just stop trying to win. Be yourself. And hopefully somebody will jump on your train the way that it's going.
Jump.
Because you don't want to have somebody that doesn't belong and don't have a ticket to ride your train, and they ended up coming on and derailing stuff.
Correct. But all the trifling stuff, ooh, boy, she must have been holding some animosity against you for a minute before she was like, you all type of trifling and this, that, and the third, da. She read you your card, bruh.
I really think that she was interested in Homeboy a lot.
Yes. For her to come off that way, she definitely, because she just showed her emotion.
And then, to find out that, he's a typical male and is interested in sex and sex only, it kind of triggered some trauma and hurt feelings, and she unleashed.
She unleashed the beast on him. She sure did.
So, bro, you weren't wrong. Always be honest. Always be true to yourself.
Keep on being true to yourself. For real. All right.
That's all I got for that.
Me too. Likewise.
So right now we're going to move on to some topics.
Topics and trends. Go ahead.
A couple of things that I've seen online recently that I figure, hey, why not talk about it? So, topic number 1.
Go for it.
There was a video. I believe it was the Instagram page 8 at a Table, where a woman basically discussed or shared that if she's going out with a date but she doesn't want to have sex with the dude, even though she likes him a lot and she knows, he's fine and all that and desirable, all that, she makes an effort that before she goes on a date, she's gonna rub one out, masturbate, get a couple nuts off before she gets dressed and gets ready for the date. So, my question and the topic question is, do women really masturbate before dates to avoid having sex?
She do.
Or was she capping?
She do. If that works for her, then that works for her. Because I've never.
You've never needed to do anything to avoid?
No, not to avoid having sex with somebody. If you want it, you want it. I done slept with people on the first night because I wanted to. I'm a grown woman. So it's like, if that's what I chose to do, that's what I chose to do. But this is where it comes with the double standard. Like, You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, if you chose to do, why are you working so hard? It's like, you don't have, that type of resistance and control that you would know not to.
Well, she made it seem like, she was really. I think that the thing that comes into play is she doesn't want to be played. So if she likes him, maybe she wants to go on a few more dates. Maybe she wants a few more free meals before she actually gives in.
Again, control. I mean, you don't have to obviously have sex with the people you go out with. So to me, that's a sign of you don't have the best control when it comes to your physicality and your ability to want to sleep with people.
I mean, who says women don't have the same strong urges and desires that men typically have been labeled to have?
I believe we do. It's like, I mean, come on. How many people have you seen?
She gets the blank man emergency arousal. Like, oh like, my God, no.
I can't even. Yeah, like she's sitting there. I hope you do better, because that's all I can say. It's just like, you have to say as a grown woman, like, okay, we know whether or not as women, if we're going to sleep with you on the first night, period. You say dumb shit, you the one that messed it up for yourself. You understand what I'm saying? So that's typically how it goes. All right. So it's like, you want to sleep with every person that you go on a date with?
I think this particular person,
she really
floats her boat.
She trying to hold off for the good.
Yeah,
is that what it
is? I think, but that's that double standard that comes into play with, what's acceptable for men and what's not acceptable.
Right, because I sure didn't give a damn when I slept with somebody. I'm like, and we both wanted it, and it is what it is. And then we ended up
time in Brooklyn, Shay City.
Listen, it is what it is. But after that, you know what I'm saying? You begin to just kind of change as you get older. A little bit, you know what I'm saying, and figure things out. Like, all right, if you want substance, then you obviously have to present yourself in certain manners. And I feel that both ways.
I do feel like I've had a unique experience as a young black man when it comes to dealing with women. I've always been the one to hesitate, fall back, be the gentleman, be calm, cool, collective.
Right.
But it goes down.
Right. On that level, right? When you just do that, be yourself. In the end,
it goes down.
You're talking about being yourself. And Shorty seems like she's being herself, and this is what she do to cope so that she doesn't get on top of someone or whatever. If it works for her, great. However, women, as going to your question, no, not all women do that. It's like, oh, okay, to each his own. Everybody's temperament is different. So what you choose to do is what you choose to do.
So you've never had to do that?
No, absolutely not. Not at all.
Fair enough.
Yep. All right.
What's the next topic?
Next one. This is the one I
This is a little more political.
I agree with this though. Should all sex work be legal? I do believe so. I think it would save a lot of lives. This is me as a social worker. And in the confines of making sure that people are safe and that they have the right resources in place and so forth, I do believe that, number one, you have women out here obviously just giving it away and getting paid for it. So if this was a trade, you know how many people would be coming up and would be self-sufficient, and it would feed the economy?
I mean, the OnlyFans movement has proving that.
Right. Hello.
Even in a pandemic,
people are still getting that money and still making it happen one way or another, because sex is what sex is. Like, people are driven by it. They live it, even though it's supposed to be for reproductive purposes and, that type of thing.
Yeah, I've said that.
It has gone too far. So in keeping with the times, I mean, if we thinking about heroin and everything that's happening with that and the epidemic behind all of it,
legalized crack and heroin.
Thank you. And now we going with the weed and everything like that. So if all of this stuff is being legalized, then for the women who are still going to be out here giving senators blowjobs and stuff like that, so you might as well just let them go.
The Lewinsky's.
Listen, hello. So it's like, it's already happening. So, and for years, and people have been trying to get people, and you got all this human trafficking going on and stuff like that. Like, legalize it. Because then what are you going to do? How much are you paying for? Are they going to be doing it? No. It's hello.
So.
So that's my
I saw a clip of Chris Cuomo ranting about one of Trump's pardons, which happened to be Jared Kushner's father.
Of course.
And one of the things that he did that was corrupt was he basically hired a prostitute to frame his brother-in-law and basically got her to do whatever salacious things and got footage of it to show his sister.
Oh my gosh.
In order for him to do some other crazy thing.
Grimy.
So,
grimy.
That's one aspect of being hired in a sexual manner.
Right. That sounded like a setup though, and that was a plan.
In Vegas, it is legal to prostitute. One of my friends learned the hard way when they landed and they were with their family and you know, walking down the strip, and these business cards kept coming to them, and if you need to holler at me, and they realized that all these business cards were prostitutes.
Yep.
High-end prostitutes.
Real talk. Okay? Exactly.
If I read a couple of NBA and basketball players and coaches biographies, and there was one story that basically described $10,000 just to sit naked with her, have a conversation was one of her starting bills.
Man, if you don't listen to me, where's the camera? Here we go. Maine is going to email me this woman's contact information so Bklyn Shay can have a 26 jobs. Okay, let me figure this one out. I just gotta sit there. Somebody gonna give me 10 G's to just have me sit there? You better stop playing with me. Let's go. Where we at? I'm going for 20. She going for 10. I'm going for 20.
I do believe it's just very hypocritical, and it's a lot of overly morally people who want to control and tell people how to live their lives.
Exactly.
That make these rules and regulations that they themselves tend not to follow.
Thank you. How do we come into this world?
They have one of them blog sites have basically screenshotted the Pope.
I'm done.
Commenting or liking one of these IG models' pictures.
I'm done with you. Listen, man, how did we come into this world?
Through sex.
Right? And when you was born, what were you? Did you have clothes on?
No, I was naked.
Right, exactly. So point taken. Right? Solidified?
It should be legal, like, overall. I just think people are, one, they're afraid that they can't control it. They're also afraid they won't be able to enforce how to tax it. They're also afraid of disease spreading, all this other nonsense. But
it's happening whether they do it or not. So it's like, it's happening whether they do it or not. All right? So long story short, yeah, I agree. Just legalize it, really, for the safety of, to me, the women and men, and you know, trans and everybody else that's out there that's doing what they're doing in order to make a living and, you know, take care of their family.
You mentioned trans. It made me think of the whole controversy with Mr. C.
Oh my gosh, yo, that was deep.
It was weird.
That was deep. And I'm like, to go back again? Like, I was so confused. I was like...
No, here's the thing. It was like 3 or 4 times.
Yes.
The first time was hidden under the rug. The second time got blown up. The third time was I don't give a...
Basically. That's real. That's real. And still don't give 2 shits. So you just like, hey.
And it's crazy because if you ever been to a Mr. C party when he DJs... The type of ferocious statements that he makes from the DJ booth as part of his show, which can be very entertaining, but yet borderline bullying in some fashion.
Wow.
You know what I mean? He likes to talk about people's outfits and so forth, and then he'll introduce a song that goes with it or something like that.
Okay, I gotta check that out.
Man, listen, that's what I don't know what he does now, but that's what he used to do.
This is
you know
real.
What I mean?
This is real. I tell you.
You know that New York vernacular.
Yes, that vibe. Yeah. And I don't. I never listened.
Don't have a Mets hat.
So I never.
Don't have a Mets hat on.
Oh my God.
You got to have the straight Yankee fitting. You ain't no real. You know that.
All of that. That would be how we looked at my step pops. Like he loved the Mets, and I'm like, shout out to you, pops. Listen, my step pops is funny. He rocking the Mets. You can't tell him nothing about the Mets. I like the Giants, but I'm not into football. But that was the team that, because my son liked them. I rocked with it. So anyway.
Yeah, can't wear a Knicks hat either. It's got to be Yankees.
Listen.
You can get away with a Bklyn hat these days.
Yes, you can.
Shout out to KD and Kyrie.
Listen, getting it.
The Bklyn Nets.
Yes, they're making it happen.
I wish COVID was over because I would have bought a few game tickets.
That's what's up. All right, well, this has been a very interesting, fun topic, okay? Yeah. And number 777, getting into the life. So, as we conclude, here we go. You conclude.
Wrap it up.
We wrapping it up. We wrapping it up. Okay. This concludes episode 777. All right, of Dear Love and Lust. Listen, make sure to follow us on all social media platforms, especially Maine Event Live. Because you do what? What you got up there?
I have
that merch.
The merch and apparel.
Come on.
The online store.
Come on.
We got Dear Love and Lust t-shirts and sweatshirts available.
Okay, now.
And some other fashionable things.
You drop them links.
MaineEventLive.com /shop.
Okay.
If you want to watch the Dear Love and Lust podcast and past and prior episodes,
come on.
MaineEventLive.com /Dear Love and Lust. Or you can check out our Facebook page, Facebook.com Dear Love and Lust.
Absolutely.
Don't forget that /. I will be eventually adding the videos to the YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/user/Maine Event.
Okay.
Don't forget the E at the end of that Maine.
All right. Making it happen. And, you can follow Bklyn Shay if you would like to. Click
course.
That like,
Her Temple Monologues.
Her Temple Monologues as well. United Sisters of New York as well. So I just want to make sure we clear about that. Okay, let's get in with the fit down, all right? And making sure to just continue to tune in, give us your questions and your feedback. Definitely comment, maybe throwing up them highlights and stuff like that. We want to hear your comments. We want to know what your thoughts are on the questions that we are putting out there into the universe. And again, we just happy to be here for y'all. We appreciate y'all questions and everything like that and so forth. And without further ado, as we normally do it.
Wait, if you want to submit questions
I did that in the beginning.
and have your answers, I didn't hear you. You said it?
Yes, I did. But go ahead.
You said dearloveandlust@gmail.com for your question?
We said it twice. You said it once and then I said it. But go ahead. Let's go it again. Go ahead. If you
have questions that you would like answered by myself and Bklyn Shay, and you want our experience point of view, make sure you email us at dearloveandlust @gmail.com.
There we go.
Or submitted questions remain anonymous. We ain't blowing up nobody's spots
at all.
We not messy. We don't really care about your business. We just need some questions to answer.
Absolutely. And please send them in. Because people be inboxing me and saying, can you put this? I said, well, email them. I said, email them.
Dear
because
Love
it's not anonymous to me if you telling me what the questions are. All right. So, dearloveandlust @gmail.com, y'all. Okay.
And so now we will do.
This concludes episode 7.
There we go.
Peace.